Kamtza Barkamtza. A rich Jew, one of the richest of all the residents in Jerusalem, called to his servant and told him, "Next week I will be making a big feast, a huge party. And you, my loyal servant, go and invite my friends, the rich of Jerusalem, and its respected ones." The rich man named all his many friends and his acquaintances. "So many names," mumbled the servant. "I must not make a mistake," he told to himself. And alas, this is exactly what happened. Because there were so many names, the servant made a mistake, and instead of inviting Mr. Kamtza, his master's old friend, invited a man with a similar name, Barkamtza, a man that was the enemy and long hated nemesis of the rich man. Barkamtza was very surprised. "Can it be," he said, "that my sworn enemy invites me to a party?" A whole week he thought and pondered, and eventually he decided, if my hater invites me, it must be because he wants to make peace. If I would not accept his invitation, I would insult him, and we will stay enemies. Therefore, I have to accept the invitation and participate in the feast. When the day of the feast arrived, Barkamtza wore beautiful and festive clothes and headed to the rich man's house. But the rich man, that was surprised to see his hated enemy, Barkamtza, sitting to the dinner table, became very angry. He turned to the uninvited guest and said, "Get out of my house! I don't want to see you. Why did you come?" Because Barkamtza went pale. Tried to say he was invited like everyone else, but the rich did not listen to him. His face became red, and he continued to scream, "Stand up and leave!" "Look," Barkamtza tried to convince him, "an unfortunate mistake must have happened here. But now I have an idea. The dinner is served, the honorable guests are waiting, and I'm hungry as well, set and ready for the feast. Let me pay for my dinner." "Never!" shouted the rich man. "This is insulting," the guest whispered, but no one protested. "I'm sorry," said Barkamtza. "I understand a mistake has been made. But in either way, please, I'm a respected person. I do not want to be laughed at, and I'm hungry. If you will allow me to participate in the dinner, I will also participate in financing it. You know what? We will split the cost. I will pay for the meal of half the guests." "No!" the rich man ruled. "What shall I do?" thought Barkamtza, and lowered his eyes. He could not bear the looks of the guests have directed towards him. Looks to seem to say, "Because of you, Barkamtza, we are just sitting here, waiting, not eating, and not celebrating the happiness of our friend." The hand of the rich man has already been sent to the throat of Barkamtza, when another idea, a last one, popped to his mind. "Wait," he said. "Don't throw me out. I cannot stand the shame. If you will let me stay and eat in the company of yourself and your guests, I will pay for the meals. I will pay for the entire party." Silence hanged in the room. All the guests looked for the rich friend. Will he accept the offer this time? Was the question on each of the guests' mind. The rich did not answer. He held in the throat of Barkamtza, lifted him forcefully from his seat, and dragged him towards the door. "Go, get out, and never again show your face at my doorstep," he called after him, red with anger, and pushed him down the stairs. Barkamtza got up, cleaned the dust of his festive clothes, and wiped the tears from his eyes. Not one person chained me today, he said to his heart, but many people. Every one of the many guests sitting and in the dining hall saw how the rich man humiliated me, and not a single person stood up to my defense. I will go to the Roman emperor who ruled Jerusalem and tell him that the Jews have rebelled against him. This way, he will punish the nobles of Jerusalem who have offended me. The next morning, Barkamtza went to the emperor and told him the Jews have rebelled against him. How would I know that what you are saying is true? Asked the emperor. Easily, answered Barkamtza. Send them a cow for them to sacrifice in your honor, for your well-being, and for the unity and integrity of your empire, and watch what they will do. The emperor sent his best cow to the Jews in Jerusalem, accompanied by Barkamtza. On the way there, Barkamtza cut a small cut in the inside part of her upper lip, knowing that for the Jews it is disrespectful to sacrifice a damaged cow. And even more than that, it is plain forbidden by God to sacrifice a slaughtered offering. But for the Romans, such a small cut in the inside of the upper lip is nothing at all. The cow is still perfect in the eyes of the empire. When the cow got to the holy city of Jerusalem, the wise men wanted to sacrifice it to preserve the peace and good relations with the emperor. Rabbi Zechariah told them, if you will do that, from now on, everyone could sacrifice a damage offering. Today, it is because of the emperor and a small cut in the lip. Tomorrow, it will be a lesser reason and a bigger damage of the offering. Before you will know it, we will be sacrificing roadkill in honor of our one and only God. They wanted to kill Barkamtza, so he will not go and tell the emperor they did not sacrifice the offering in his honor. But Rabbi Zechariah said that from this, people will learn that the ones who heard an offering should be killed. Before you know it, people will be killing the ones who have accidentally cut the hair from an offering. The cow was not sacrificed. Barkamtza was not killed and went directly to the emperor. The next day, the Roman soldiers came, burned the temple of Jerusalem, destroyed the house of God, demolished the city, and exiled all the Jews from the land of Israel.